do, and I can see it all. Do 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 do. Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba. Uh-oh. Ah! Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. My cup runneth over. My cup runneth over. Hang with me over there. Just had a little accident. Had just a wee bit of an accident. Anybody's there and you're looking at a very empty seat, or is just tuning in on a different social media platform, not watching this live, I appreciate your patience. Had a little overflow on my coffee, and didn't want an overflow on my coffee, but it happened just the same. It happened just the same. Hello, Simba. Hello, Ryan. Hello, M. Flynn Blueberry Swirl. Yeti Rambler, a good dear friend of mine. Julie Flanagan, Apple User, Megan Dietz, Marge, McNoop. Am I pronouncing your name right, McNoop? Greg Stevens. We better have a lot of energy from you guys tonight. We better have a lot of energy from you guys tonight, because I am lacking it. Hello, Elizabeth. Montes Claros, I appreciate you hopping on, Elizabeth. Josh Ogren joined, and Marge liked the live. I so appreciate that. I might just kick back. Good evening, Josh Ogren. Good evening, Lisa Smith. I felt so much responsibility. Hello, Aaron, all day. Because somebody asked me this morning, when am I going to go live tonight? And I was going, gosh. And it was near the beginning of my show this morning. And I was thinking, I'm not even a quarter way through the show in the morning, and we're already planning tonight. When I wake up, I don't plan that far ahead. Maybe that's part of some of my problems, is that I don't plan too far ahead, but I don't. And so when somebody asked me if I'm going to go live tonight or what time, honestly, I was a little panicked, and I still probably am. And here I am, because I said, hold on, I got to drink some of this coffee. Look how filled that is. It was even filled more. Woo-hoo! It's hot, hot, hot. Hello, Nicole. The day was well. Hello, Chip. How are you? The day was well. And good evening to you. My name is Ken Tracy. And this is Sunday Night Live with Ken. Do you mind? Should I just chill back like this? Is that too far back? Is that too far back? Would you rather me sit up? Would you rather me sit up? Yeah, Nicole, the day was good. And I'm sorry. Yeah, this is Sunday Night Live with Ken. It's a little show I've just been kind of playing around with. And it's a spinoff of my morning show. Well, Rosita, if your name's really Kenna Tracy, we're practically related. It's a spinoff of my Morning Coffee with Ken show I do. I've been pouring my efforts into content creation and made a simple conclusion. The more I went live, the more my audience grew. And the more watch time I'd get and the more revenue I'd generate. And since the show always makes me feel good, or just talking about stuff makes me feel good, or just talking makes me feel good, makes me feel not so alone. I usually feel good after I go live. And now I'm doing it twice a day, and I don't know how long that's going to last. Sometimes I'm tired, sometimes I don't feel it. I mean, honestly, today I didn't feel it. Tonight I didn't feel it. I woke early this morning. I woke at 4:15. Was ready to go. Didn't get a ton of sleep last night. And started going live at 5 o'clock this morning. Talked for about an hour and a half. Did some editing of videos and having some breakfast. And then went out and picked up my two little beautiful children. Two of my beautiful children. I have four, but two of them I did not pick up. Picked up the two little ones at their mama's house, which is about half an hour, 40 minutes from where I live. And took them to church and had a great, great time there. I was so moved. I go to the Community Christian Church in Naperville. I live in Naperville, Illinois. It's a town of about 150,000 people, about 35 miles west of Chicago. And I was so moved during the church service, and it was actually right at the beginning. It was right at the beginning. A guy that I kind of knew, barely knew, but I don't know if he's the teaching pastor, but he's pretty active at the church. I ran into a couple years ago at my daughter's junior high. Apparently, his son and my daughter went to the same junior high. And we ran into each other. He looked familiar because he'd been on stage at my church. And I said, yeah, I kind of got away during the pandemic and hadn't really come back. And he goes, well, why didn't you come back? And I don't know, lo and behold, maybe 4 or 6 months later, I did. And I almost go every Sunday now, and it feels really good. And I'm just on a faith journey. I don't know. I'm not, I can't quote a passage in the Bible or, But I have realized that when I go to church and when I believe things happen for a reason and when I have faith, I feel a lot better. And I was in there and he was up on stage and he was talking about they have small groups, which, are small groups. I don't know when they gather. But they gather at various times during the week, and I don't know how small the groups are. But there was one group called Alpha, and he was telling a story of a guy that went to it, and how how the experience was awesome for him. And he said, "Hey, after the service, go out, and we're gonna have our small group set up, and sign up if you'd like." And I was so moved by him talking and the warm fuzzies that I get. Every Sunday by going to church. I go, hey, I bet you if I start showing up on a Thursday night at 6:30 for some dinner and some conversation about faith or our spirituality or life, and if we truly can be open and honest and just say, hey, I've got questions. I wonder how, why, if, and I think you can. And I think it'd be a lot of fun. Maybe a lot of fun might be overstating it, but, I'm a divorced guy. It'd be nice to meet some new people and hang out in some, have something to do on a Thursday night. Have something to do on a Thursday night. And again, it's, so I signed up. It starts January 30th, and I'm kind of looking forward to it. Lisa, I believe you might have recommended small groups in the past, and I think they probably will be good. And again, every minute I spend in that church, I feel good. That might be a stretch, not every minute, but it always feels good going. And again, I'm not sure how I believe, but I was singing away. We got a beautiful band that plays every week, and a guy named John, the lead singer, is awesome. And I was singing away too. I went to the 9:00 service. I was kind of in an open spot. The row in front of me and the row behind me was crowded. But I wasn't surrounded with people. And I was kind of wondering if the people on stage could hear me singing. If they could, what they thought. Hey, beautiful. Thank you so much for sending me the lightning bolts and the heart puffs and all the other gifts, the 2025s. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. If anyone's new here, I go live every morning for my Coffee with Ken show. I've been going live at night as well. I don't know. I like to talk. People say I have a good voice for radio. I'm a little bit crazy, but aren't we all? And I have a lot of experiences, highs and lows, and mental health, sobriety, divorce, all sorts of stuff, addiction. And so please follow along, subscribe to my page, like it if you like it, share it if you love it. I'd appreciate it because I'm hoping my audience continues to grow. I got some big goals this year. I say I got big goals, but do I have goals as far as social media? I was talking about a year-end goal for my total number of followers here on TikTok. and I'm sitting at about 15,000 right now. Hey, Alexandra Hope, thank you for sending me the tiny diny. If you see the goal, Alexandra, I was thinking of you when I created that as a goal. I was sitting there going, what should be my goal? What should be, oh, there, I bet that's Julie Flanagan. Is that, wait, yeah, that's Julie Flanagan. That is Julie Flanagan sending the paper crane. Paper crane. Any of you guys out there know the art form that is, hey, Frank, like sending the hat and cowboy mustache. Thank you so much for that. The art form that is making cool little shapes out of paper. I think art's really cool. I think creating's really cool. I think just having passion for something is really cool. And, you know, I wish I had a gift or a drive to paint or to draw. I had a guy message me on Facebook today, and he said, hey, thanks for doing your show. I love drawing while listening to it. And he sent a really cool drawing. It looked like some sort of, I don't know if it was a cartoon, but it was just a really detailed drawing, and really neat to see him express himself in his art and share it with me. So I thought that was super cool. Origami, that's right. Sandra said, Sandra Will Survive asked, what are my goals for this year? You mean social media? What are my goals? What are my goals? Can I own a house by the end of the year? I mean, it would take a miracle. It would take a miracle. It would take a miracle, and I know that. But I believe in miracles, and I'm kind of crazy, and I'm almost crazy enough to make it happen. To go live twice a day all year, to grow from 15,000 or 70,000 on social media to 1 million audience. And if I grew to 1 million and made whatever, maybe I could buy that house. Maybe I could buy that house. Not that it's necessarily a goal, but it'd be pretty cool if I could. Windy City Dude says he wants to have his credit card paid off, lose a bit of weight, and find someone who's kind of normal. Let me just throw it out there, Windy Dude. Can I ask you a question, Windy City Dude? You've been kind of open and honest and told me why you watch my show. I can ask you something, and I'm not throwing you under the bus. Is that cool? But I've been wondering about you. I've been thinking about you the last few days, and I'd like to ask you something. And I don't want to bring up your personal stuff if you're not comfortable, although you've been talking about it on my show. So anybody that watches it, will I go public, an IPO, and sell some stock in Coffee with Ken? You'd buy some on a spec. Well, I appreciate that. I was wondering if I got on Shark Tank and explained to him what I'm doing and said, look, I made $500 in December, but my costs were nothing. I had 100% margins. They get off on margins. They think if you got high margins, you're gold. And I kind of do too. Because if you have no costs of goods sold or no real expenses, and everything goes right to your bottom line, I think that's a real good start to a business model. Hey, Carla, thank you for sending me the heart me. I appreciate that. Oh, wow, look at that. Carla sent me, what'd she send me? I don't even know. A Level Up Sparks. I appreciate that. All right, Windy City Dude, you said you want to lose a little weight, but I know you stopped drinking about a month ago. And the other day you were talking on your show, you were a little frustrated with your dad that he was drinking at a hockey game. You were struggling with sobriety a little bit a month in. I'm wondering, did you drink in the last 2 or 3 days? It's okay if you did. I'm not going to shame you if you did. Hey, Luis, how are you? I'm not going to shame you if you did. I don't think you're... Okay. Yeah, okay. All right. Well, see, that's what I thought, and I appreciate you being honest. I could tell by the way you were talking uh, that you wanted to. That you wanted to. And if you want to drink or want to do drugs or gamble or feed any addiction you have, uh, it's probably really hard to stop. And I'll just say, for me, as a guy that stopped drinking over 3 years ago now, I just haven't wanted to. And I know I'm better off without it. And it sounds, and again, I'm not trying to judge, but Windy City Dude, you did say you watch. It sounds like you're younger than me. You're younger than me. I thought about stopping a lot in my 30s, but I never did. I might have done it for like 2 days. Uh, so the fact that you made it a month, kudos to you. But it takes some time, and you really got to want to do it. And if you don't, it's going to be hard to be sober, because why are you going to be sober if you don't want to be sober? And needing to or thinking you should isn't enough. So I wouldn't fret it too much. I would just, I wouldn't worry about it another second. I wouldn't even call it a relapse. You made a decision. You drank. You're an adult. You didn't do anything illegal. It was New Year's Eve. You don't need to make any excuses. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's tough. And it's tough. When you stop drinking, you got to be ready to feel your emotions. And I think you were having relationship struggles as well, or issues as well. And who isn't? Look at me, I'm twice divorced. But you got to really be ready to feel your emotions if you're going to stop drinking. Because so many of us use alcohol as a way to cover them up and to deal with sadness or stress or depression or whatever. And suddenly when alcohol's not there, you got a lot of time on your hands, and you got a lot of feelings in your body and in mind. Yeah. 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 Well, kudos to you. Kudos to you for working on yourself. For saying you want to lose a little weight or get a little healthier, or whatever your other goals were. What are my thoughts on emotional maturity? I almost feel that's a setup question to slam me. It might not surprise you. I'm not totally sure what emotional maturity means. Is it any different than regular maturity? Yeah, I don't really know. So honestly, I have no thoughts on emotional maturity. I'm not totally sure what it is. And if you're setting me up to slam me, go right ahead. Did I watch the Bears game this afternoon? I did not, user. I actually did not. And it's funny, they were on. I woke early. I went to church. Frankie Francis, thank you for being generous and sending me roses in 2025. So I really appreciate it. I went to my gym, and on Sundays, the daycare or the childcare or the play area is closed, but they do have an area where you can go and sit and play with your kids. And it's really cool. It's like a climbing area with slides and, I don't know, netting, and just a really neat indoor little play area. And it's perfect for my kids. And I got two little ones, a 2-year-old and a 3.5-year-old. And Augie was running around the whole time going, because he was so excited. He was having so much fun. He's my sweet little nugget of love. And they were running around and playing for like 45 minutes. And when that was done, they were already tired. And I brought them back. I'm staying at my buddy's house for a few more days. And staying at my buddy's house for a few more days. And brought them back here, fed them lunch. We watched a little Sesame Street. They ran all over the house, as they have a tendency to do. My buddy's got a pretty big-sized home. He's got stairs on the front and in back, and the kids think that's fun. And Augie loves finding open doors because he loves shutting them. And but just had a real nice time. I took them back to their mama's house at about 12:30. Went to Best Buy and checked out those gimbals that I mentioned a little bit ago, or excuse me, the other day. I had somebody inspire me that reached out and talked to me yesterday when I was feeling down. I think the call just came to me at the right time, and suggested I do more walk and talks and do more live videos as and show off the city of Naperville that I live in. And to do that, to do it well, to make it look cool, I'm going to need one of those phone stabilizers, because while you're walking and you're doing a live video, you're doing this and the camera is moving up and down and you guys are going to get a headache. And I don't want to do that. So I went back to Best Buy, did a little shopping visually, and then went to Starbucks afterwards. And at this point, I was feeling pretty beat because, again, I'd been up since 4 in the morning. It was almost 2 o'clock at this point. And now, woe is me, but I've kind of been going nonstop all morning, and started feeling tired at Starbucks. And I bought it. I'm a tight ass. I don't have any money. I don't have money to waste, but even if I did, I wouldn't want to waste it. Hey, Windy City Dude, thank you for sending me those necklaces. I sat down, I ordered my coffee. It was like $4.50. And I mean $4.50. And I'm sitting there drinking it, and I'm feeling tired, and I'm not feeling like being at Starbucks, and I'm not feeling like editing videos and trying to stay there and go, well, I spent this money. I like getting a refill. I should get my money's worth. And then a little voice inside my head cried out and said, don't throw good money after bad. And it wasn't about the money. It was just time. I didn't want to be there. I wasn't enjoying it. I wasn't enjoying the coffee. And I thought how nice it'd be to come home and or come back to my buddy's place and either watch the Bears or just chill out on the couch. And let me tell you, I chose option B. I didn't even turn on the Bears game. Popped on a hypnotist I like here on TikTok and drifted off for, I don't know, half an hour, 45 minutes. I didn't even know I fell asleep, but all of a sudden it went from 2:15 to like 3 o'clock really quickly. So I think that I probably did. And had no plans the rest of the afternoon. It's a day in early January on Sunday. I took a long soak for about an hour in the backyard and just really enjoyed that. And I knew I'd kind of made a commitment to hopping on live. Hello, Grandpa Joe. I had a Grandpa Joe. Probably a lot of people have Grandpa Joes. I should do a live at the new Barnes & Noble when it opens. I saw somebody say that. Was that you? Where's it opening? We had a huge Barnes & Noble in Naperville, right in downtown, and just this massive, beautiful location. 2 floors, escalators, elevators, right in the center of town. And it closed. I don't know, when was it? A year ago or something like that? And it was kind of sad because it was a neat place to go. I love the smell of bookstores. I don't know. Does anyone else love the smell of bookstores? Plus, they had a little kids area, play area. And as a father of 4, it's always nice to have places to take the kids. And but they closed, and apparently they're opening up another one here shortly. And kind of looking forward to that. Helter Skelter says they love the smell of motorcycle stores. Windy City Dude says downtown Naperville, 9 West Jackson. That's probably right by Jackson Avenue Pub. Probably either in one of those big retail stores that closed. We've lost several retailers. I forget what it was that was right there, but we had a couple cool ones. And that aren't there anymore, so I'm sure that's what it is. Somebody likes the smell of head shops. Somebody likes the smell of post offices. And Windy City Dude says it's opening in April. Still thinking about goals for 2025. Not sure that I have any. And it's not that I don't have any. But I certainly haven't written any down. And I think maybe this is an excuse and maybe it's not. I just think I'm so hyper focused on doing what I'm doing that I believe the results are going to take care of themselves. And whether I write it down on a vision board and put 50,000 or 100,000 followers or 20,000 or whatever, or a certain amount of money, I think a lot of that is stuff we can't control. And what we can control is our effort. And my effort is reflected in going lives and posting videos if we're talking social media. Working out, I'm going to be working out every other day or so, 3 times a week. I know that. I'm going to be seeing my kids, hopefully getting a home and hopefully having them for sleepovers real soon. Because that'd be neat. It's always tough taking them back to their mama's house. And I've said this about my older girls, as a twice divorced guy, you don't even need to be, like I don't, if my older girls were laying on the couch flipping the channel, I'd still feel at peace. You don't need to be playing Monopoly or going for a walk or going shopping or going to Starbucks with them, but just having them share, a space, a roof, a home. I miss a lot. And looking forward to getting a home for myself, so I can have my little ones stay over. Yeah, waking up, feeding them cereal in the morning. We used to like to eat Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Yeah. Well, thank you, Stephanie. Did my oldest go back to school yet? No, she's off to I don't even know. She's going skiing this weekend, so I think she's got another couple weeks off. Am I looking in a specific neighborhood? I'd like to say I am. I know where I'd like to buy a home if I could, and I'm not even close to there yet, but you never know what tomorrow brings. And I know where I'd like to live, but to even say what I'm doing is looking right now would be a stretch. I have a Redfin app on my phone, and I have alerts set up, and I search occasionally, and I dream about renting, and I dream about owning, but to rent the home I want in a neighborhood I want would be like $3,500 a month. And that seems crazy. And to buy that home would be about $550,000. And that seems crazy as well. And I'm not close to being able to afford either of those. But again, like I said, you never know what tomorrow brings. And I'm always optimistic and believe in myself and believe tomorrow's a new day. Hello, Donna from Kentucky. How are you? Donna, I think you're a new watcher. Beautiful says all the bad stuff, meaning cereal, tastes good. I don't remember what my favorite cereals as a kid were, but I'll say, Cinnamon Toast Crunch is right up there. Fruity Pebbles are delicious. Oh my gosh. Are they ever? Cinnamon Life cereal is awesome. I like cereals with good weight that aren't like air. Like Fruity Pebbles are delicious, but you could eat a whole box of them and not be filled up. Yeah. Honey Bunches of Oats are great. Do you guys have snow down there in Kentucky, Lisa Smith and Donna? All right. Well, Luis Digital, I appreciate your optimism. You're going to make it happen with social media. I really think I will. It's not a question of if, but it's a question of when. Well, I'm jealous you got snow down there. I bet you down in Kentucky you don't have too many snow plows. Snow and ice. Okay. So you guys are probably going to be shut down for a couple days. Yeah. My favorite video game. You mean like at an arcade? It's been a while. I love Sea Battle on Intellivision, if anyone's ever played that. If we can count that. Grandpa Joe said Toastmasters would help. boo boo boo. Ba-da boo boo. Ba-da boo. You're locked in your house, Lisa Smith? You are locked in your house. Hope you have a good supply of cereal, good supply of milk, good supply of coffee, eggs, toilet paper. Hello, TD. Thank you so much for joining. User said they have arcades in some movie theaters with old and new games. Yeah, they do. They do. Lisa Smith is making soup. I wonder what kind of soup Lisa Smith is brewing up today. Soup's such good food, especially if you're trapped in on a snowy and icy day. Chili would be great. Throw some cheese and some onions on top. Tommy said Intellivision was great and he had Sea Battle. Yeah, no, that was a great game. I was hard to beat in Sea Battle. I was hard to beat in Sea Battle. I was pretty darn good with that destroyer. I could, it was fast and could slide up real quickly. And I'd have the shooter at an angle and I don't know, just time it right. Yeah. Fruit salad. Not Originals having Lou Malnati's. So, I don't know how much I have for you tonight. Surprised I made it this long. I've already talked for 30 couple minutes. I've been kind of relaxing this afternoon, soaking in a hot tub, draining myself, and just kind of looking forward to night of watching a movie. And I was thinking about that as I was in the hot tub. I'd really love to, I haven't dated in a long time, and I'm still not really close to dating. I got to get myself back my stuff in order. But I really would love to watch a movie with a woman and cuddle on the couch and find something good to watch and spend my Sunday night relaxing in front of the TV and kind of winding down. And I kind of miss doing that. Yeah. Oh. Did I get a new place? Says Leaf Starch. No, not exactly. Big Red U.S. Army says they haven't been here since December 12th because they had a motorcycle wreck. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Big Red U.S. Army. Sorry to hear that. Hope you're doing okay. Hope you're doing okay. Yeah. Excuse me. Oh. But anyway, it is Sunday night. And I'm feeling kind of mellow despite this cup of coffee. And I'm probably going to be signing off here. I did want to hop on because I said I would. And I would have felt bad if I didn't. I'm sure you guys would have gotten through it just fine without me. Hey, thank you so much for sending me that whatever you sent me. But I want to thank... Hey, what is that? What is that? Amber's sending me confetti. Not just confetti, but marvelous confetti. And that's kind of the most fun. That's the most marvelous type of confetti. And I appreciate that. Hello, Jordan Ivy. I'm just about to sign off. Did I watch World Wrestling Federation back in the day when Hulk Hogan ran wild? If I ever watched professional wrestling, Amber, thank you so much. That was very generous of you, sending me a whole bunch of chilies. If I ever watched professional wrestling, it was back in the day with Andre the Giant and Randy Macho Man Savage and I think Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan. But I've never been a fan. I'm really surprised that people are. I'm kind of surprised that people are. And I know it's hugely popular. But I've just never really understood it. I guess you got to really be into the characters yeah. But I never have understood it at all. or The Attraction. And again, I used to watch it a little bit way back when. Jordan Ivy says it's huge. Yeah, no, I know that it is. I know people go crazy and what have you, but I've never really understood it a whole heck of a lot. So, hello, Ryan. Good evening to you, sir. Oh, you guys are being sweet. Jason sent me. What did Jason send me? What did Jason send me? Cheers to you. Jason sent me a Dalgona candy. Lisa Smith, we did not have any snow there. Captain Kenny, thank you for joining. I hope you and your lovely lady have a beautiful evening out there in New Jersey. And, yeah. Old Ass McGee is here. Star is here. We're getting some names from the past. Highland 517 is here. Somebody just sent me a really fun teddy bear that was dancing around and wiggling. That was pretty fun. Ryan says it's going to be a chilly night in most of the country tonight. Well, Star, I love you for hopping on and catching my late lives. I guess I was planning it. I talked about it this morning and said I'd go live at 6 o'clock. And despite not having a ton of energy and just kind of going through the motions a little bit, sometimes it's good to just go through the motions. You don't always have to have your best workout or, I don't know, paint your best painting or do your best content creation. But sometimes consistency is the key, and going to the gym, even if you don't feel it, means a lot. And, I think sometimes those are the times to be most proud of because you showed up even though you didn't want to. It's easy to go to the gym when you're excited to lift or really itching to lift. But on those days that you're not itching so much, or days you're not looking to paint a painting or go live on video, you go live, and I think some of those times are the days to be most proud of. Still looking forward to my movie. Hello, Mike. Also, a.k.a. Frenchie named Levi. I believe your name is Mike. TD, I always do feel better afterwards. I always do. I felt fairly fine before. I could have probably just chilled out on the couch. But I do feel a little better. And I did get my coffee. And I did fulfill my commitment. And I think that's something to be proud of. What movie will I watch? I don't even know. And again, I was up so early this morning. Even popping on a movie would be hard. Oh, I watched Bratz last night. Has anyone seen Bratz? It was about Andrew McCarthy's struggling. If anybody's my age-ish, you remember a lot of movies, Breakfast Club, St. Elmo's Fire, 16 Candles, Pretty in Pink, movies of that ilk. And there were a group of actors labeled the Brat Pack by some guy that wrote for the, New Yorker or something like that. And apparently it was very traumatic for some of these actors, especially the guy that did this movie, Andrew McCarthy. And honestly, I never really understood it. I didn't understand why it was so traumatic for him. They interpreted it as the world wasn't taking their acting very seriously and looked at them as just a bunch of partiers that were having a good time and whatever. But from my point of view, which was just a kid that was about their age, honestly, it was just about their age. I always thought it was kind of a cool term. I didn't know why. I didn't know they didn't like it at all. I didn't know it scarred any of them or made any of them angry at all. But apparently it did. And Andrew McCarthy went from Brat Packer to Brat Packer to Brat Packer and met with them. And apparently they haven't seen each other in ever and don't hang out at all. But it was still neat. I think that was the coolness to the show, watching these, upper 50s, 60-year-old people that we all have frozen in a moment in time in our minds as 18 to 25-year-olds that were partying in the 80s. And we still remember Andrew McCarthy and Molly Ringwald and Pretty in Pink. But they, as all of us, have aged a lot. And time goes quick. Time goes quick. It's amazing. It is amazing. But it was neat seeing him talk to... Rob Lowe's had a successful career since then. And... some of the actors have been in some things. Demi Moore, obviously, has had a pretty successful career post Brat Pack. She was on last night. It was weird. Not that weird. She was on a TV or a movie I was watching, but during my night, I had a dream. I was rubbing her shoulders. It was kind of nice. Maybe that's why I'm itching to cuddle on the couch tonight, because I was rubbing Demi Moore's shoulders. She seemed to kind of like it. It was flattering. You know what I mean? Do I volunteer at animal shelters? No, I don't happen to volunteer at animal shelters, but thank you for asking, Jason. Molly Ringwald had success in what, though, did she have success? The only thing I've seen her in the last ever was an American Girl movie titled Molly, actually. And it wasn't about her. She was the mother in that. I haven't seen Molly Ringwald do a whole heck of a lot. To me, it does look pretty good. And I'll tell you what, Rob Lowe always looks good. Rob Lowe, it's not fair, some men, perfect hair, perfect face. Yeah. But as we know, not anyone's perfect. And I'm sure he has his demons like we all do. Yeah. Jordan Ivey said Rob Lowe is 30 years sober, too. Yeah, that's true. Brad Pitt's sober, too. Yeah. Cannoli Jones asks, favorite movie and meal for a cold, snowy day? It'd be hard not picking something like chili as far as the food. Or maybe, and again, I don't have it very often, but on a cold, snowy day, a big plate of meatloaf with gravy and mashed potatoes sounds awesome. As far as a movie goes, I think of all the times on a Sunday afternoon I've been flipping the stations and come across like Jaws on TNT. And I've probably seen Jaws 50 times or something like that. So, meatloaf, mashed potatoes, and Jaws might be a good combination. Sparky shouldn't be hungry because Sparky talked me into another can of soft cat food today. I think we only have 2 or 3 left. Good thing my buddy's coming back soon. Sparky's quite a salesman. He comes in and starts wandering or whining. Meow, wow, wow, meow, meow. Sherry Gainey made meatloaf last night. Yeah, meatloaf's good food. Meatloaf is good food. Stray Cat Strut. That was a band from the 80s, wasn't it? I think that was a band from the 80s. I think that was a band. Who was it? Who was it? Yeah, with Pomodoro. Stray Cats. Okay, well, that's it. It was the Stray Cats. Well, that's why I couldn't think of it. That's why I couldn't think of it. They sang a few songs that got pretty popular. Yeah. Alexandra Hope. Well, you're 36, I believe, Alexandra. That is probably why you've never heard of them. If I'm 56, you were born in 88, and that's probably when the Stray Cats were popular. And yeah, that would make sense that you probably haven't heard of them because you don't hear their music these days. Like a lot of bands from the 80s, you'll still, I mean, we were just talking about like Pretty in Pink and all the other shows, all those classic songs from those soundtracks. But was it rockabilly or wasn't it more like 50s swing music? Or was it, I forget. Maybe it was, okay, I don't know, I don't remember. But yeah, it brings me back. Brings me back. Oh, that water feels good. That water feels good. Brian Setzer Orchestra. Am I getting those two confused? I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, it is Sunday night, and I'm looking forward to flipping through the channels, maybe watching a documentary, maybe finding a movie. But I think the thought of finding a movie in my mind, I'd already envisioned it with Demi Moore rubbing her shoulders, cuddling on the couch. I've never even been a Demi Moore fan, but she did enter my dreams last night. And cuddling on the couch and watching a movie, and maybe doing that by myself tonight might not be what I want. And maybe I'll find a documentary, or I will find something to watch. And I'm looking forward to my night. It's going to be a quiet one. I'll probably go to sleep early, hopefully get a great night's sleep, and be ready to go tomorrow, because tomorrow's Monday. It's a new day. It's a new week. And I'm looking forward to it, to sinking my teeth into it. Maybe get one of those gimbals that I was shopping for today. Maybe going live in downtown Naperville. Maybe rocking and rolling. Somebody's asking me if I think the Vikings will win in tonight's game. I just kind of think that's funny because I didn't even know the Vikings were in tonight's game. I didn't know there was even a game tonight, much less the Vikings were playing in it. But yeah, Finn, sure, the Vikings will probably win. We got 8,000 likes. Beautiful. How do you feel about that? Oh, it's the Lions and the Vikings. They're both good records, right? Jeannie says the walk and talk vids will do well. People love that stuff. Yeah, I could see that. I'd love to do it on a nice snowy day walking through downtown Naperville. And I think that'd be real pretty. And it's fun because I live in a beautiful town and I'm really proud of. And because I was a realtor, I think I know it in ways that a lot of people probably don't. And I don't know, been here a while, and think I could do a good job showing off our town. Yeah, a real good job showing off our town. Okay. User, sorry, chewing a little bit of ice here. User asked, thoughts on the NFL records being broken in 17 games. I think expanding to 17 games is so silly. I mean, it's a prime number. You know? It's not divisible, but it should. I just don't get it. Why? I mean, I know why they expanded to 17 games, because they wanted to make more money. I'll say this, football records don't matter nearly as much as baseball records. And that's why, yeah, I don't even know who's the NFL's all-time leading rusher. Is it still guy from Detroit, Barry Sanders? Was it? No, it was never Barry Sanders. I don't even know who it is. I don't even know who it is. Emmitt Smith. Okay. Yeah. I'll tell you what, Emmitt Smith had a great offensive line he was running behind. He was 6 yards downfield before anyone ever touched him. Yeah. But, again, anyway, it's Sunday night. And I don't have a lot for you, but I do appreciate you hopping on today. And I hope that you've had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And I hope you get a great, great night's sleep. And I want to thank you for joining. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening. And hope you're feeling good. Hope you're loving yourself. Hope you're forgiving yourself. And as always, I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.